what's up, Garen Franz Banter here. We're playing more Persona 4 Golden. We finally figured out who the true culprit is, and now we just kind of gotta bide our time, so to speak, for the right time to go in and challenge Adachi. Now, of course, we can go in at any point we want to, but here's the thing. There are some things we need to take care of before we really go in and finish the kill. Go for the kill. Finish him off. All that fun stuff. We do have a deadline. That is December 23rd. So this is one of those dungeons where we're going to wait till the very last second and go through and do it. I'm not saying you can't rush, but you're going to lose out on the additional time that you would have gained from, say, waiting, because we have those days that we can still finish up social links, continue working on that stuff. And having the ability to really go through and kind of finish those off or get them as close to being finished as possible before we jump into that last dungeon. There's one thing we do have to do, at least guarantee, between now and the 23rd before we can so on sort of cinch that good ending, the quality ending, the right ending. We're going to be given an opportunity here. I think we might have passed the option to get the accomplice ending, which is the worst ending in the game. We might still have a chance to get that, but we're not going to. I think where we are already, we passed it. And I'm pretty sure the accomplice ending would have been something we would have gotten if, when we were just deducing who it was, we kind of covered for Adachi. I don't know why people would choose willingly to get the accomplice ending as a whole, because it's a really bad ending, like, in my opinion. It's rough. It's bad, like a bad kind of rough. But, I mean, everybody has their own, opinion on what ending's the best, and I think the golden ending's the right ending. So, I mean, it's not like we're really going to try to focus on getting any other ending other than that, because this is Persona 4 Golden. We want to be golden in the end, right? So we got our exam results back. That is actually going to be, we have one more exam we're going to take if we do get the good ending, which is what we're on pace for anyway. So we'll have one more set of exams to take at the end of the game. And it looks like we are going to... You see the fog is still here, and people are just freaking out. So we're going to talk to Marie here. I feel like this actually might be the final social link event for Marie, so let's see what's going on with this event.
Oh! Ah! Well, see ya.
It looks like that was false advertising. Yeah, that was just a bad thing. I thought we actually were able to get a rank up with her. I think this is one of those like trick events where we have them throughout the game. Right now, if you're wondering what the hell I'm trying to do, there's a little thing left behind apparently from Nanako. I'm gonna give up on it. When you get a high score on an exam, usually you talk to Nanako and Dojima and you get rewarded for having a high score on your exam. But of course, they're both in the hospital, so we can't really do anything with that. So we're just going to pull a fortune here. Are we going to do Eri or Marie? We're going to do Eri because we do want to get through that social link there. We should be nearing the end of that one. I want to say we're probably at like 7 or 8 at this point. So that's another social link we're going to kind of start working towards. Theoretically, for all intents and purposes, by the time we get to that last December date before we have to go in the dungeon, we're probably going to be at like rank 8 or 9 with I and Ko, or Daisuke and Ko. And that'll be pretty much all we would have left to focus on if we do unlock the new portion of the game that they added for Golden versus the vanilla version of Persona 4. So we're going to have to see where that is. I think the only person in our party that we haven't reached rank 10 with and hasn't had their persona evolve into the next step is Yosuke. And we should be getting to his final event soon, which I still keep pointing out every single time we play this game. Every single time we talk about social links, that Yosuke was like the first one we got, and he'll be like the last one we actually max out in terms of our party members. And to me, that's just quite comical, to say the least. I know, like, a lot of people are like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, I know, right? It's terrible. And now we have after school time. We're going to be able to do our social links. We still have about a few days here before we go into that dungeon, so it's going to take us some time.
Oh.
We're going to spend time with I, though. I think we actually might get her socialing done. I don't even know what rank we're at, but let's see where we're going with her.
Huh? Uh-uh. Huh? See you again.
See, I was close. Rank 9 with I. That's actually pretty impressive, to say the least. We're actually going to be able to finish our social link off pretty quickly. Actually, I feel like I said, that's one of the toughest social links in the game, is doing I social link, because we have to kind of focus on giving the right answers as well, but we don't want to give the wrong answer that will send us back a rank, and we don't want to get, because she has 3 possible endings. And we're obviously going to get the platonic one, but there is a way you could go into a relationship with her earlier in the game and then still end up in a platonic ending. And then of course there's also the legit, like, actual relationship one. It's actually really a complicated social link, so to speak. When we think about all the different ways it could end up, yeah, there's 3 different ways, but there's different routes. How we can get to those routes is what I'm referring to. It is really interesting. But at the same point in time, the game, the developers, Atlas, never really did that again with Persona 5 or even Persona 5 Royal. They're pretty if and then statements in terms of the logic. If you say yes, then, you know, I don't know if that's the right terminology. I never really did well in logic class. I was never a philosophy student, but it's a lot more easier, I think, if it's just a plain simple non-branching and everything's totally linear in terms of their social links. Which is both disappointing at the same time, because of the fact that, like, having to really be concerned if your social link rank is going to go backwards versus it going forwards, and then having different outcomes for it instead of just 2, really kind of adds this, like, difference in the game, so to speak. Because you can play the game 5, 6, 7 times, and you can get, you know, out of those 5 times, same ending maybe twice, 3 times. It all depends on your personal preference and stuff like that, but it's still, I think that's pretty fascinating that that's the case. School is over for the day. We see Yosuke's not able to be hung out with today because he's staying in the classroom. We know where Yosuke hangs out in the hallway there when he's ready to be social linked up. Chie would be able to hang out today because, at least I think she is, because she's not at her desk, so there's that. We can hang out with Daisuke and Co. We do have the right social link. We do the right persona, so let's see what's going on with the social link event today, guys.
Sorry. I did it for you! What do you mean, an act? Sorry. Huh? You got that? It's my life. You guys have nothing to do with it. Sorry. Thanks. Knock it off. Thanks, man.
And there we go. We now reach rank 8 with our fellow athletes, one of our earlier social links in the game. Kind of took us a little bit longer to do that because we kind of got sidetracked with all of our other social links in the game, which is fine, understandable. You have so many social links to really worry about throughout the entire duration of this game that some of them kind of get put on the back burner, and not always are they going to be the most important social links in the game. And right now we see the athlete social link is going to start picking up in terms of priority, since it's going to be one of the few social links that we actually have left to do. So tonight we're actually going to be reading, and this should be the last book we have finished And let's see. Yeah, there we go. So at this point in the game, if this is your first time playing it, and you've followed through, and you've read all those books the way we've been reading them, you will have unlocked the Reader King trophy, which is essentially saying, hey, good job, you used your time wisely, you read all the books in the game, cool stuff. A lot of people say you can't do everything in one playthrough, by which I mean that is partially true because you have side bosses, optional bosses, all that stuff. We're talking about doing all our social links. We're talking about doing all the books. You can do that all in one playthrough. You might not be able to do the big bro is worried part in the game, which is visiting Nanako 3 times in the hospital, but you can do that through save abuse, and that is something we've talked about previously. Save abuse is both a good thing and a bad thing. I know some people will think of that as like a cheating situation, but it is what it is. If it helps you get through certain events, that's what matters most. So it looks like we're going to spend the day with Hisano here. We're going to rank up with her. I think we're actually going to max out our relationship with her, and we'll be able to make one of my favorite personas in this game.
No. Will you? Thank you. Live a long and full life. That is the greatest thing you can do for your beloved. I hope that one day we will meet again.
And there you guys go. So we were able to actually rank up and kind of max out our social link with Hisano. We're going to be able to make one of our favorite personas in the game. If you guys pay attention, if you guys are following us from the beginning here, you notice that was the persona we were using in the beginning. The power of New Game Plus allows us to use better personas right away. And a lot of people are like, what's the point of maxing out these social links? What's the point of maxing out these social links? You get the cool, baller personas. You might not reach the level you need to be at to use them. Well, that's what New Game Plus is for. You want to make sure you make them all because you can fill the compendium in one playthrough. That is actually something you can actually do. I wasn't sure at first either, but a certain persona, which is Izanagi no Okami, we've already seen him, that's the one we've been using, does not count towards the compendium and cannot be used. Now that's different. Cannot be used unless you fuse him again. That's a total difference from Persona 5's End Ultimate Persona, in which we're able to use him again and again and again. Every time we start a new game, we can easily pull him out if we've already played the game twice. That's actually a fun little tidbit about Persona 5 and 4. Now, I mean, I guess they might have learned. A lot of people were not happy that they couldn't use Izanagi no Okami in a third playthrough if they wanted to from the beginning. I get it. It sucks. But, I mean, having that really overpowered persona at the beginning of the game does kind of seem like an unfair advantage to players, but at that point in time, I'm honestly sitting here thinking, who cares, you know? I would rather have that overpowered persona than not. If I want to kind of go through like a speed run of sorts, and it's kind of hard to speed run persona unless you skip all the cutscenes and the dialogue scenes. Just throwing that out there. It is possible that you could beat this in like 15-20 hours, I've heard. But this is like a good place for us to call it a break, guys. My name's been Anger Banjo Dice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And soon we're going to take down Detective Adachi and see if there's anything else after that point in the game. I guess we'll have to find out later. See you then.